Hey everybody, thanks for joining us today. This is a really cool day for us. Obviously, the Back to School Bash is something that we're so thankful that we're able to get to do. I know this year's been obviously weird for everybody, and not being able to do our ping pong event or not be able to do some of our events in Dallas. To be able to have some type of normalcy and be able to get to do this is really special. So we're thankful that everybody involved got to make this work because it hasn't been easy, and it's happening. So we're so thankful for that, and open it up to Juan to start taking some questions.
All right. First question's from Alana Rizzo. Go ahead.
Good morning, Kershaws. 3,700 kids are estimated to be impacted by this, 3,700 families. You guys do so much in the community, and I think in this time of where everything is so unnormal, how gratifying is it to provide some normalcy to these young people as they make their way to try to go back to school?
I just was actually thinking about that these kids have had so much canceled in the last 6 months. I know, just looking at our kids, just things that they really look forward to. And, for the LA County, these kids are not going back to school right away. And so I think it's really special for us to be able to say, okay, but this is happening, this is something that they really look forward to. As a kid, going to get new school supplies is such a fun thing to do. It's kind of a fresh start to a new year. And so that's what we're really hoping to provide for these kids today, is not only a sense of normalcy, but just something exciting that hasn't been canceled in their lives. So I'm hoping that they're really blessed by this today.
And it's not just the backpacks and the school supplies that you guys do. You're providing food as well. I know Melissa's Produce is involved in this, but it's also, that the time of the pandemic with the face masks and the hygiene supplies. And Clayton, how important is it for you guys to be able to just have this well-rounded day of trying to provide some joy to these young kids, but also understanding that, these are the times we're living in right now?
Yeah, like Ellen said, getting school supplies is fun. I remember being able to do that as a kid, and it's a special thing and hopefully get them excited about, the online learning even that they're going to be doing at least for the first semester. Because regardless if you're in school or not in school, some type of education needs to continue to happen. And maybe these backpacks are a little bit of excitement to get people rolling with that. And like you said, all the other things that are involved with COVID, as far as, hand sanitizers or different things like that, we're going to be able to provide through these backpacks. So really, really cool thing for Skechers, the Dodger Foundation, the Dodgers, everybody involved to get to be a part of. It's pretty special.
And finally, for me, guys, why does it continue to be so important for you to use your platform to impact the community? I mean, you're coming off a huge night, 7 innings just of what you're able to do on the field, but it's so important for you to be able to do it outside of the baseball field as well.
Well, we're just so thankful that we have an avenue to do it with the Dream Center, with all the different partners that we have. I think it's just it's a really cool thing. Baseball is a tremendous platform, and like we said, getting a backpack's a pretty cool thing. So we remember that as kids, and to get to be a small part of that is pretty cool.
In my head, I just have no doubt that this is the reason why Clayton is able to play baseball. He has this amazing platform where how cool is it to be able to touch 3,700 kids' lives, in one single event. I just think that that's pretty remarkable to be able to do. And so I think that, we never want to lose sight of that. I think that baseball is such a gift. It's such a blessing for us to be able to use. And again, just like getting to talk to y'all today, to get to raise awareness and share the stories of need and hope for these kids is really important for us.
All right. Thank you both. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Next question's from Dave Vassay. Go ahead, Dave.
Good morning, Kershaws.
Morning.
What's up, Dave?
Hey, I was just wondering for you guys, I know it's great for the kids, and I know you guys get a lot of joy out of helping the kids. How tough is it for you to not going to be there and to see the reaction of these kids' smiles and faces today?
Yeah, it's such a fun day to get to be there, and the Dream Center does such a great job. It's like a big party, with all the things they have and all the different activities for the kiddos. And so yeah, we miss that. We miss getting to see it all, and but we're gonna get zoomed in. We're at least get to see the kiddos go through, get their backpacks, and like Alana said, it's just kind of rolling with the punches. It is what it is right now, and at least we got it off the ground and we're able to do it. I think that's the most important thing.
Maybe you guys can answer this better than most. What's been the biggest challenge trying to help kids and people during this pandemic?
Mhm.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, there's just so much red tape, and so I think that we're usually, for Clayton and I, so much of the joy of Kershaw's Challenge is getting to be hands-on with it. It started off in Africa, but we very quickly moved our beneficiaries to Dallas and LA because those are where we are during the year. And for Clayton and I, that is so important to be hands-on, to be getting to see these kids, to be interactive with them. And so this year that's kind of been taken away. And so this is not really the charity that we ever expected or intended to run, where you just, write a check and send it somewhere and hope that people, are doing good with it. I mean, so I just think that there's just a lot of red tape this year, but we're thankful to be doing this and we get to see it firsthand on Zoom. So
Yeah, and fundraising, during a pandemic is not easy.
Yeah.
So I think our team at KC has been unbelievable, and different things. Trying to raise money without our big events and different things like that is always a challenge with a nonprofit. But our donors have been amazing. Our beneficiaries are still going to be supported, and this is the first step with the Back to School Bash.
Your family grew by another person this year. I think a lot of us are wondering, how do you guys balance being a mom, a dad, and also still being as generous with your hearts as you continue to be?
I'll let Ellen take that one. Yeah, for sure.
It was directed towards her.
Yes.
the thing is, I mean, this is always such a fun event for us because we actually take our kids to it. I mean, they are on the front lines of us for 4 years straight of passing out backpacks to kids that are eye to eye with them, And so I think that that's a really special thing for Clayton and I as parents of, really being able to raise people that have giving hearts and that understand the impact of getting to hand backpacks. So for sure, when we get on the Zoom call and get to see the back to school, we're going to have our kids here with us. We want them to see that and be exposed to it. That's just going to be the culture of our family. We want our kids to grow up knowing that everything we've been given is not ours to keep. It is for our responsibility to give right back. So
thank you. Have a great day.
thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Next question is from Kurt Sandoval. Go ahead, Kurt.
Good morning, you guys, and I appreciate the fact that, Clayton, you're doing this after you pitched so well so late last night.
I'm just glad I pitched well. Yeah, it would have been a lot worse.
Hey, kind of a similar question to what Dave asked. Why this? There's so many charities out there that you guys could do. Kind of why you focused your heart here?
Well, the Dream Center's been a beneficiary of ours now for, gosh, how many years?
Probably 8 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time, and I think the cool thing about Dream Center, among other things, is that the tangible needs are met. So they can meet so many different needs, whether it be rehab situations or housing situations, and in this case, kid situations, going back to school, food distribution. We just love the Dream Center. We love what they're doing, and the support of all our different beneficiaries and the support of all the different donors for this Back to School Bash. It's just it's a perfect fit for us, and it's a perfect fit to be able to hand out backpacks to kids. Like that's just it's a really cool thing.
And just kind of a follow-up on that is, there's unfortunately through this pandemic, there's a lot of charities that are going under right now. You guys could have said, hey, not right now, let's take a bye year and do it next year. Ellen, why did you guys say yes now?
Gosh, because I think now, actually, it's now more than ever, these beneficiaries, these kids need our help. And so, yes, I think that there's lots of different measures of success. I think that this year, thankfully, our donors like, UCLA Health and Skechers and the Dodgers Foundation, they said from the beginning, we're still in. And that's really incredible to have organizations and partnerships like that say, we understand the need of these kids is greater than ever. And so, but we also get to share their stories, and that's raised awareness. I think that's an equal measure of success. So definitely, monetary donations, we're still in it. And I think our partners and our donors are still right by our side. And that's really incredible. I think it just is a testament. Kershaw's Challenge has been alive and well for 10 years now. This is our 10th season to be raising money and to be sharing the stories of these kids. And hopefully at this point, we've gotten a really great reputation for, every dollar that is given to Kershaw's Challenge goes straight back to these kids. It is in the hands of the kids pretty immediately. And Back to School Bash is just an amazing representation and picture of that.
And that's my last thing, Clayton. Are you able to do anything with the ping pong tournament this year, or because of social distancing, do you have to say no?
Yeah, we can't do the tournament, obviously. But that doesn't mean we're not going to try and raise money in different ways. And our beneficiaries that we rolled out on opening day, we're still working towards our goal of, meeting the needs that we set out at the beginning of the season. So not sure if it's going to be figured out in a calendar year like it usually is, but we're going to figure it out one way or the other.
Awesome. I love watching you pitch, but what you guys are doing in the Lord's work is sensational. Just want to tip my cap to you guys. I love what you guys do in this community. Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Next question's from Jorge Castillo. Go ahead.
Hi guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Ellen, you mentioned that this is 10 years going strong for you guys, and in those 10 years, as Dave has mentioned earlier, you guys added another child this year, and you already had 2 before. I'm just wondering how that impacts how you guys view all this. Having children of your own and raising them.
Gosh, having kids of our own, I think when we started Kershaw's Challenge, we had a love for kids. It started off across the ocean in Zambia. We fell very much in love with the kids and the orphans over there that we were getting to serve. I think it resonates completely different once you become a parent. Once you have a child in your household that you are solely responsible for, honestly, your heart just grows in size for kids and your compassion for them. And you wish that you could give every kid the opportunity that your kids in your own household have. And so I think now more than ever, we're just more committed. Our hearts have grown in size towards these kids. We feel way more compassion for them. And so it's just really important for us, for Callie, Charlie, and Cooper to grow up in a household where they understand that, we give back. This is our responsibility and our joy and pleasure to be able to use Clayton's platform of playing baseball to make an impact that will last far longer than Clayton's baseball career does.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Question from JP Hornstra. Go ahead, JP.
Hey, good morning, guys. Clayton, you mentioned it briefly, but besides the ping pong event, what have you guys not been able to do that you would in an ordinary year?
What else? Obviously our Dallas
event.
We're not going to be able to do. We do a country music concert in Dallas every year, and so I think music concerts are probably going to be one of the last things to come back. So we're probably not going to be able to do that as well.
But really, just seeing the beneficiaries these projects up close and personal.
Yeah, we're not going to just be able to go see or go visit the kids or go see the progress of any of the work being done within the beneficiaries. So, like Ellen said, just a lot of the hands-on stuff we're not going to be able to do, and really focusing on trying to bring awareness to these different groups that we're trying to help out, and hopefully get other people involved with it, and obviously still trying to raise as much money as we possibly can just through different avenues. And our team's doing a great job of trying to figure creative ways out to do that.
Cool. Thanks, Clayton.
Mm-hmm.
Next question's from Rowan Kavner. Go ahead, Rowan.
Hi, Clayton and Ellen. You guys have done so much for children, obviously, through the years of Kershaw's Challenge, but especially this year, and as you guys know as parents, how hard it is having to be home and not be able to get out, and your kids kind of have, as you said, something to be excited about it. How nice is it to do this for the families as well this year?
Well, I think we're about to start homeschool for our kids next week. And so we're very much in the same boat as all of these parents that are going to be attending the Back to School Bash. It's kind of daunting to walk through, especially if you have no teaching experience like me. So I think that if this gives even the parents a little bit of reprieve on, okay, school supplies are taken care of. That's one thing that I can check off a worry list. We're in the corner of these parents too, who are in really uncharted territory, who are trying to do the best for their kids, but also homeschooling is a whole other beast. And so we're also prayerful that this is an exciting day for kids, but also very relieving for their parents who are about to step into homeschool.
Yeah, I just obviously we're in a great position where I'm still getting to work, I'm still getting to play baseball, our kiddos are still getting to be here, and I have the mornings, and we have support. And I just can't imagine families that are trying to have both parents work and having kids need to go to online school and different things like that. It really is, like Ellen said, it's just very daunting. So hopefully this can be a very small check off the worry list for sure.
Thank you.
I have another question from Dave Massey. Go ahead, Dave.
Clayton, Ellen's mentioned this a couple of times about how you being a pitcher in baseball is such a great platform to be able to do all the great things you guys have been able to do. Have you been able to wrap your head around that even after so many years of doing this and so many years of Kershaw's Challenge?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, honestly, I think having the few months off this quarantine, I think Ellen will tell you that I really missed it. I miss playing baseball. I miss being around the guys. And so, even though, it's felt like the blink of an eye, we've been playing baseball now for a long time, but I really wanted to come back. I really wanted to do it. I missed it. And so I think even now, pitching and getting to do that, even with no fans, as weird as it is, it's still a great feeling, and I still love doing it. And I think that, coupled with what that means off the field or what we can do, is even cooler. So yeah, if anything, the time off has made me realize how much I missed it and want to keep going.
Do you think your career success is directly tied to the success of Kershaw's Challenge?
I don't believe in coincidence. I think everything happens for a reason. So, anything that happens on the field, off the field, was supposed to happen. And it's been a really cool thing to see that we started Kershaw's Challenge just trying to help one kid, and it's turned into what it is, really just through God's plan. And that's a really cool thing.
Thank you.
I have a question from Nick Hamilton. Go ahead, Nick.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Morning. We're good, thanks.
Just want to get your thoughts on what does it mean to have an organization like the Dodgers support your vision the way that they have. I mean, obviously it's a big weekend for you all. It's another big weekend for Mookie Betts and what he's doing in the community. What does it mean for you all just to have that type of push and support?
They've been great. Yeah, I mean, I think the Dodgers, from day one, or really since, our new ownership group took over however many years ago, they've been, it was one of the first things they said. Nicole with the Dodgers Foundation has always said, whatever you guys want to do, whatever you guys want to do in the community, we're here to support you, we're here to help you. And this is a great example of that. They've jumped on board. The Dodgers Foundation has jumped on board with this back to school bash. They're here. They're hands-on. They're willing to help, and they're doing so many great things, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah, when we had to make this back to school bash a drive-through, usually it's at the Dream Center, which is a little bit in a landlocked residential area. So when we found out that we needed to make this more of a drive-through experience, the Dodgers, without a thought, just said, absolutely use Dodger Stadium. It's the perfect avenue for having thousands of cars come through the front gate and be able to do that so seamlessly. And so I just think that that's such a testament to the generosity of their hearts and how they are in this with us. So it's really amazing. We're really thankful to be a part of a team that cares so much about the community work and the passions of each of the teammates.
And quick follow-up, what does it mean for you all? I know you guys can't do everything because of the pandemic that you want to do. So has that opened up the doors for new ideas for 2021 as far as doing different projects?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to figure out different ways. Our beneficiaries are pretty set in stone at the beginning of every year. So there's projects that we have committed to completing. There's money committed to being raised. And so we're going to do it, and we're figuring out different ways. And our team has been really cool, really amazing, honestly, just trying to figure out different creative ways to do that. And we're going to continue to get creative because that's what we're going to have to do.
Yeah, especially just with telling the stories. I think that where a measure of success, usually for a nonprofit, is how much money can you raise. This is just not an ideal year to be able to be reaching out to, a lot of people asking for more money. And so our measure of success has very much changed, which obviously we need to raise this money, but we're also very committed to sharing the stories and raising awareness. And so our measure of success just looks a little bit different this year.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thanks.